Hi, I'm Dr. Surisha and welcome to you all to my channel. In this video, you're going to learn about buyer behavior or consumer behavior and the different types of buying behavior we can observe in the consumers. Okay, before I start the topic, I request you to please like the video and subscribe to my channel and do not forget that bell icon. Okay, well, buyer behavior or consumer behavior, you can call it, is understanding what exactly is going in the minds of the consumer, like why are they behaving in a particular way. Okay, what is going in the minds of the consumer, what are they thinking about. Okay, why are they acting in a particular way. Okay, what drives them to purchase a particular product, why are they loyal to a particular brand, and why are they switching brands. Okay, all these questions and more, they can be understood well by the marketer if he attempts to understand the buying behavior. Okay, because we as consumers, we go through a lot of thought process. Okay, we think a lot in the mind and we behave in a particular way. And all that understanding is essential for marketer because once if he understands the buying behavior and the driving forces behind the consumer buying behavior, then a company can come out with better strategies. Okay, they can come out with better promotions or better persuasion techniques. Okay, ultimately because the aim is to get more and more people to your customer base. You want to add or you want to widen your customer base. Okay, so that is why buying behavior and understanding that is more important. Okay, so buying behavior basically discusses about all the decisions and all the activities that buyer exhibits or buyer behaves. Okay, all through the process, I mean before the purchase, during the purchase and after the purchase decision. Okay, all that put together is the buying behavior, right? And there are different types of buying behaviors. People, we as consumers, we exhibit different kinds of behaviors depending on the situation or the product that we are going to buy, right? We are going to see what they are, right? So we have two criteria basically based on the involvement. Okay, how involved are we in that buying decision process? Are we highly involved or are we less involved? And the second one is how different are the brands from each other? That means, are there any significant differences between the brands? Yes or no? If the brands are different from each other, or there are no major differences between the brands. So based on these two criteria, that is involvement and the differences between the brands, based on these two criteria, buyers usually behave in different ways. Okay, so when you are highly involved in the decision making process and when there are significant differences in the brand, then you are going to involve yourself in a complex buying behavior. Okay, that means the buying behavior or the activities involved in arriving at a buying decision are more complex. Why? Because you are highly involved in this process and also there are significant brand differences. Okay, different companies are offering you different kinds of products or services. So it is up to you to choose from them. Okay, also for example, say for example you are going to purchase a house. Okay, so purchasing a house for most of us is like it's a one-time decision, right? And we make lots of investment, we put in lots of financial sources into that. Okay, it is not simple thing. Okay, so naturally when you are purchasing a house, your involvement will be at the maximum. Also, there are many differences, like one house is totally different from the other, and the second one is totally different from the third, and so on. Okay, so you have significant differences between the offering. Okay, offerings from different marketers. So in such a case, you exhibit complex buying behavior, where you try to research a lot for each and every option that is available to you. You talk to your friends, you discuss it with your near and dear ones, you Google it, you research it, you study their brochures, okay, all the material, you try to find out the track record of the company. Okay, you discuss it with your people, right? So you quickly do not jump to a conclusion, because see, the odds are very high, the stakes are very high here. Okay, you are making a big decision and you are investing a lot. That means financially you are invested a lot, you are investing a lot, and so emotionally also you are very much involved in the decision making process. Okay, so this is called complex buying behavior, right? And the next one is dissonance reducing buying behavior. Dissonance reducing buying behavior. Here also you have high involvement, but there are less differences, or there are no significant differences between the brands. Okay, this is the situation here. The thing is, you are highly involved in the decision making process and there are no significant differences between the brands. In such a case, you are going to involve yourself in dissonance reducing buying behavior. Dissonance, that means, see, after you make the purchase, you should not feel that regret. Oh, I should have purchased the other brand. Why did I purchase this brand? I should have gone for the brand X or brand Z. You should not you should not feel like that. Emotionally, you should not feel like that discomfort, that dissonance. So, you may feel that dissonance because there are no significant brand differences. Okay, you are not sure, there is no clarity, like brand X is offering something, brand Y is also offering the same thing, brand Z is also offering the same thing. So, it is tough for you to select, right? Once you have selected, say for example, brand X, you may feel that you should have selected brand Y, right? You may feel that dissonance, or you may feel that regret. So in order to reduce that, in order to reduce those negative emotions, that discomfort after making the brand purchase, your involvement will be more. Okay, again, here also you try to talk to your friends, you try to discuss something, you try to research about the different brands, and then you arrive at a brand decision. Okay, this is one kind. And the next one is variety seeking buying behavior. You know, variety seeking, you want variety. You want to try out different things. Okay, you are not loyal to one particular brand. Okay, here your involvement is very low because you are not emotionally invested in such products. For example, FMCGs, fast moving consumer goods. Okay, you have tried out one particular deodorant for now, and the next purchase you want to try a different brand just because you want to experience that fragrance. That's it. You are not dissatisfied with the earlier one. Okay, you are trying to switch the brand not because you are dissatisfied, but because you want to try a different brand. That's it. Okay, here your involvement is very less. Okay, also there are significant brand differences. Okay, so you just want to try the different thing and you have shifted your loyalty or you have shifted your brand choice. Okay, so this group of customers, they are not loyal to any one particular brand. Okay, we as customers, we try out different things. Okay, and the last one is habitual buying behavior. As a habit, we buy something. Okay, routine purchases, like every day, every now and then, very frequently we make those purchases, and as a habit we make them because we are less involved in this buying behavior, and also there are no significant brand differences. Okay, so in this case also you are trying to you are not emotionally invested. You as a habit, that's it. I am used to this brand for the past so many years, so I will continue the brand. That's it. It is my habit. So these are the different kinds of buying behaviors that you may observe in the market. Okay, please do like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.